Hello, how are you? This is JilliBling. I have one more project using a stamp set that is retiring, and until 2 days ago, I hadn't opened it. I've admired it, I appreciate it, I love the words in it, the images are great. There's quite a few kind of the line art type stamp sets, which I just love. And this one, it's really nice and it's retiring. So I wanted to make sure to use the dog one. Oh, I have them right here. This is the ocean one, and the one with the puppy on it. The puppy, see puppy right there? And this one I called ocean. And I used a new embossing folder. And a lot of these I used retired papers or dies just because I haven't. And every once in a while I like to use some of my old standby favorites, like the embossing folder. Designer paper. This one, she has a red dress. So that leaves this one here where the girl is looking out at, I'm assuming like a meadow or something. Words are great. But I also have the stamp set, which is not retiring, hope you know. And these words are really nice too. So on here, this is retiring paper, but you could use anything that has like the right green tones, or it doesn't have to be green either. Stitch rectangles, which I just seems to keep holding on to. This has been retired for I think 2 years now, and I love it. And this is another layering squares with a little scallop edge, and I love this one too. But you can use, if you're going to reproduce this card, you could use any rectangle dies and any square dies to make it happen. Wishing you comfort, may you find peace in the days to come and in the loving thoughts that surround you now. That's really nice. And I just realized I didn't put any words on the outside, but somehow I think that it's okay. And so today I want to do a card similar to this, but using You're in My Thoughts, like this one, at the top. And then at the bottom, you're always so good to others, be good to yourself too. I think that's just really nice. Okay, let's get started. So some of you probably recognize this designer paper. That's where this green print came from. But like I said, any paper would work really good. And this ribbon, I'm pretty sure this is retiring too, bordered ribbon. Perfect if you're using navy. So as we go along, I'll tell you the sizes I cut the paper, and then I'll hold this up with the card. Okay, so the base paper is 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to fold that with a top fold. And then this is garden green accented with soft seafoam, which is an interesting combination. I don't know where it came from, but I'm loving it. So there's 2 pieces of seafoam. We're done with that. And the seafoam is, I think I changed this up a little bit. Yeah, I did. It is 2 pieces. I was going to do it at first as white. So it's 5 seafoam, 5 by 3 3/4, and then the white for the inside is 3 5/8, 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. So these are inside pieces. This piece is on the top for right here, and that gets textured with just a distress tile embossing folder. This embossing folder is staying. So I'm going to line it up with a little line right down here. Run that through. Okay, so that goes on the top. So this is 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, then for the squares, I cut the paper, the navy paper, which will be die cut to 3 by 3, and the white paper, which will be die cut to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. But before we cut it, I want to stamp it. And that is because if I stamp a little bit crooked, when I put the die on there, I could put that crooked too and get it stamped just fine. I'll show you. So say you stamped it a little bit crooked. Let me find the dies. Which it does look like it's a little bit high here. But see how I can adjust this so that it will cut out straight. Here it is. Okay, and then these pieces here are cut to, the navy piece is 3 7/8 by 1 7/8, and the designer paper, which will be die cut with this rectangle, is 4 by 2, and it's going to be made smaller. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up. Hopefully you can read my writing, and I'll put all of this on my blog, which is JilliBling.com, right here, and I'll put that on in just a few days. And I'll have it all typed up so you could really read it. Okay. Looks like the only one we haven't die cut is a scallop square, which is pretty much the same size. Look at that, the card is almost done. Okay, so we can layer these pieces. I have so much retired paper. It's nice to finally use it. And I bet you all have a lot of it too. You're like, I have that same exact one. That goes there. Then this gets attached to the, I'm just wondering if we could do it the other direction. Let me see how that will look. So if it opens this way, she can turn here. No, I don't know. No. Well, another thing is the print has to go this way. Okay, we'll just carry on. Okay, and then I'm going to put this piece on, the scallop square. Only because I want to wrap the ribbon around and include this piece. And I'm being a little bit generous with the adhesive just because the embossing folder provides a seafoam paper with texture. And I want to give it something to hang on to. Okay, and then bordered ribbon. This gets wrapped around, tied in a knot. Oh, and if you have a ribbon that frays, like I'm looking at this piece right here, see how it's frayed? I have a little trick for that. See, I want the knot to be over here on the green designer paper. Just a little knot. Then I'll trim these ends. And after we get the front done, I'll show you the trick. It's just putting glue on the ends, the edges of the ribbon. And the glue will dry clear, and then it won't fray anymore. Okay, so this is ready to be attached. Let me make sure that this is straight. It looks a little crooked. And sometimes, like, it looks good here, but when you flip it over, it's like that's going uphill. But it looks good right here. And that's all that matters. You know, I might put a little glue around the outside edges just because, like I said, the texture sometimes makes it a little challenging to hang on. Glue. Okay. There it is. Okay, and she's going to go on right about here. Let's color her first. Just so we could see the outline a little better. Okay, so I had plans for coloring this one. I'm going to do this one just a little bit different. So because the card has a lot of seafoam in it, I'm going to purposely use seafoam in the window panes. Do you see how I did it on this one? I think that turned out good. Because I didn't want to color it like all green, like grassy green, assuming she's looking out at like a meadow. So I'm going to put it like in the corners. And instead of being a blonde, she's going to have like a brunette hair color. So Michaela just sent me a text and they got this Doppler thing and she can hear for the first time baby's heartbeat. Every time she's gone in, it's like, yeah, baby's in the wrong spot. She goes, but I think I'm feeling things. And she is 13 weeks right now. And she sent me a video. Let's see if I can pull it up. Was that bad of me to do that? Michaela. I'll have it play just a little, not too loud. That's fine. Isn't that cool? I think it's really cool. Exciting. Okay, and then for this one, instead of it having white panes, I'm going to try to go with something different. Like this is like she's in a library or something, and this is pecan pie. So I don't know how it's going to look. I'm going to try. And I'll do the bench like that too. I think. What is this? Pecan pie dark. So let's see. I'll do like shadows from her sitting here. Shadows from the pillow and from her feet. They get shadows. And then like maybe down under this ledge. So I think this one is going to feel really different than the other one, which is good. Change of pace. And then I think her pants are still going to be blue to pick up the Night of Navy card base. Okay, so that's a little bit of pecan pie. Now here is the lighter pecan pie. It's nice to make the window panes complete in color rather than a little bit of this color, that color. Oop, I colored into her shirt. I think her shirt is going to be white. I'll have to fix that. Color lifter. So I'm thinking all of this. I wonder if there's a color similar but lighter than pecan pie. Maybe a skin tone color. Maybe SU 600. Let's see how this looks. Just for this part down here. Let me see. Oh, that'll work. Maybe just a little bit of this. Okay, and then back to pecan pie light. That kind of looks like a blob. So and I see I didn't blend it very well here from the light pecan pie to the dark. Okay, I'll hold it up closer in just a minute. Not that it's perfect, but it has a very different look to it than the other one. Okay, so now for the jeans, definitely jeans, to go with the blue card base. I'll do the light first. Ooh, what is that? That I think should be in seafoam. Isn't it how funny how you miss little spots? Okay, doing 2 layers, getting complete saturation of Night of Navy light. I'm not too worried about this down here because this will be Night of Navy dark. Okay, that's good. The Night of Navy dark for where shadows might be. Here. Good thing the artist put those little lines on there. Okay, and let me fix that little spot with seafoam. Okay, and so she's going to have brunette hair. So I'm going to do it in SCO 200 and 300. I hope this is the darker one or the lighter one. Well, it's okay, even if it isn't. Then to give it a little bit of depth, I'll do 200. Well, that's good. Love it when it seems like I know what I'm doing. Okay, then some skin tones. All these colors. Sometimes when I list all the colors, like right here, people are like, 13 colors, really? Yeah. Then I think one place I went out of the line, oh, on her shirt. I'll get that. Then her feet. So on the sample one, I did the words just like someone wishing you peace in the sorrow. Very nice words. This one I'm going to be using from the stamp set, the one about be good to yourself. So this one I use, wishing you comfort. May you find peace in the days to come and in the loving thoughts that surround you. That's nice. But today I want to do, you're in my thoughts and you're always so good to others, be good to yourself too. So that will be on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to make her shirt white by doing just a little bit of smoky slate light. Hold on, I want to get rid of, see my little color over the line. Get rid of that. Ooh, there too. Good. Better. Okay. And the pillows and her shirt are going to be white. So I'll just do a few shadows in smoky slate light. And then on the pillow, the same thing. Just a little bit. Then I'll use the color lifter. Oh, I should do her hair. That's a silver barrette. Then the color lifter to just kind of soften it a little bit. And then the same for the pillows. Just on the edge, just to make it look more like a shadow, rather than, that's a gray line on there. Okay, and then the coffee cup, going a little bold here, I'm going to do it in black. Just because I have a black coffee cup and I love it. So this is black light. Okay, just do the edges. And then in the middle of it, I'll do smoky slate dark. And so, yeah, you know she's holding a coffee cup, but it kind of disappears into the whole scene. It's not like it's bright red. Okay, so that's going to go here. See, I think that looks good. This is really calm. Well, this one is too. But the pink cup, I kind of like the wood. Right in the middle. And then the inside, just the words. All these colors. So we'll use the black stamp pad, and at the top, you're in my thoughts. Hopefully I could get this straight. You know, if you're stamping something and you've got the luxury of space, like all the space to do it, If you put it right here and you're a little bit crooked, you'll see it. But if you drop it a little bit lower and you're a little bit crooked, it isn't as obvious. That, I don't know that the G came out, so I'll try it. It still can work, but what's going on there? There's ink on it. That one looks a little crooked. This one it is. Okay, and then this on the bottom. That came out good. Okay, so let's stick these together. And then I'll show you about putting glue on the ribbon, and then I'll just let it sit there and dry. And it's any ribbon that frays, and it ends up being clear, so you might as well do it. Right in the middle. Okay, so that's done. So this part, because you saw before I cut the edges, how the edges of the ribbon had frayed, which is not a good look. So if you just put just a little bead of it on there, and the glue will kind of soak into the ribbon, so it won't be like big bubbles of it on the edge. But the thing is trying to find a way to prop it, because I don't want it to go onto the card. See, that's good, kind of staying up. This one, on the other hand, I might have to put like an ink pen or something under that, just to let it dry. And it doesn't take long because it's such a small quantity. It's not like a big old bubble. Okay, and it's also soaking into the ribbon. So now, oh, that one's staying up. Okay, see how it's kind of staying up? Okay, so just let it sit there. Okay, that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Thanks.